And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show. Resilient and resourceful when they needed to, resolve when it mattered most, and the result, 4-3 in overtime. Rangers with the win over the Anaheim Ducks. Hi, everyone. Welcome inside our Delta MSG studios. John Giannone, Henrik Lundqvist, and Steve Valiquette. So we shouldn't have been surprised when the Rangers fell behind. We shouldn't have been surprised that they dominated the third period. And we shouldn't be surprised that Panarin and Fox contributed to the game winner, because that's basically the script from the whole year.
That was an amazing third period. Yeah. And we were watching the power play, and wow. That was an amazing power play. The amount of energy they created in the building, on the ice, so many different chances, and it was just a matter of time. And talk about stepping up at the right time there and get back in the game and finish with 2 points.
Isn't the sign of a good power play actually getting a goal when you really need one the most? That's a really good sign.
Absolutely.
You know, you can have a great power play, this and that, but if they don't score when you need it, what does it matter? And look, from my perspective, that was a pillow fight until Anaheim got up 3-2. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a hockey game. It was really easy. It was light. But the Rangers, they haven't let us down this year. Coming back for the 20th time, best record in the NHL. You know what I get excited about? 13 of the next 22 games are at MSG.
Yeah.
You know?
Where they just won their 20th home game of the season.
Yeah. Like, this is, they can go on a serious run right now and really position themselves well for the playoffs. And this is a credit to them. They battled through. In a game that was really even and light, they pulled the most out of it.
And also with the record they have, sometimes it's hard to find that extra energy that you need to come back in a game like this. And they really showed up. That was amazing to watch, the way they responded after the 3-2 goal. Impressive.
They listened to him yelling at the end of the second intermission.
You did.
You gotta want it. You gotta. And
and I'm not kidding about. I called 4-3 game. That's good. But, no, you wouldn't believe. Isn't hockey that though, guys? Come on. I mean, I'm on the ice every morning with teenage kids that are playing high school hockey, and there's a puck there, and there's a goalie that can go get it, and there's a player that can go get it. It's 50-50. It's between the. Who wants it? Hockey is winning small battles all over the ice, and it always will be outcome in your favor if you win those small battles. It's puck battles. Who wants it? And the Rangers wanted it.
And there were elements that we discussed in the pregame show, and one of them, Hank had asked Dave Maloney about secondary scoring for the Rangers. Rangers opened the scoring in this one with one of the ultimate secondary scorers, which is a fourth liner in Johnny Brodzinski. His first goal as a Ranger this year, second overall as a Ranger. That got the Rangers jump-started in this one.
Look, it's sort of becoming a little bit of a theme for the Rangers. It's scoring from long range in recent games when you start thinking about the Gaudreau goal. And tonight, you really, again, get back to what's important, which is getting out of your zone quickly with support. And you see the defenseman switch here. And I like how Nemeth and Schneider, they sorted out. But now you've got speed, and Hedl takes an angle through the middle of the ice that allows Brodzinski to take a straight line, catching Anaheim looking the wrong way, getting caught between the dots so the outside's open. The shot's smart, and it's placed because Gibson is out of his net here. He's too far left. He wasn't on angle. You really shouldn't score in the NHL as a right-handed shot going down the right side, far side. I mean, it literally has to pass your knee line for the goaltender to go that side. You have to really commit to being off your angle, and I think that's why he scored.
Really like about that clip, too. You could see how he got on his horse right as the puck left the D-man's stick. It was nothing about see what's going to happen and see what's going to develop from this play. It was just get your speed, get going, and that opened up his lane to come down the wing like that, and a great finish.
Yeah, so Brodzinski scored, then 10 minutes later the Ducks scored. So after one, it was 1-1. Then they went to the second period, and this, for all intent and purpose, was a power play goal. Rangers were on a delayed penalty, so they kept possession of the puck for more than 30 seconds, and it really allowed them to establish their setup in the offensive zone. And Mika Zibanejad cashed in, we were talking about it, almost Mario Lemieux-type fashion, the way he scored.
That's where I first saw this being executed. Right-handed shot, bottom of the circle. And one thing I want to make clear here, there's no net. There's only 8 inches of an opening from the bottom of the circle to the mouth of the net. You've got to be very accurate here. We've seen him do it in the past. But once again, guys, the puck moving at 6:05. 6-on-5 is its own game. And you've got to be good here because this is going to happen in the playoffs when you need one. You need a goal late. You got 6-on-5. But look at the misdirection and the passing by the Rangers. I mean, this is as good as I've seen it over the 7 years I've been here, fellas, and it's just so impressive. There's so much skill on the ice. They know each other's habits and tendencies, and the detail with how they move, it's incredible. I think it's really confusing for everybody. Anaheim's trying to keep their shape of their box, but they're moving around and they don't know what's coming next from the Rangers. You just got so much work up top. Look at this seam pass. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I mean, seriously, that's enough to blow your hair back, even with your perfect coif. Even Hank's hair is going to get out of place seeing that.
But the thing with the Rangers, they have so much skill, and that gives them also patience. There were so many times they could have gone for it, but instead they were holding on to the puck and waited for the perfect moment. And only good players with great confidence can do that.
Yeah.
And there were so many times, especially on the power play and on the 6-on-5, you saw it all night long. And I mean, this team, the way they played in the third period and the way they responded after that 3-2 goal, it says a lot about this group right now.
Yeah, so that Zibanejad goal, 24th of the year. So the Ducks were worn out. The linesman or the referee had his shoulder put in a sling because he held his arm up for about 45 seconds. That made it 2-1. Ducks scored the next 2 goals. That made it 3-2. And then the Rangers were able to respond. And this time it was a legit power play. And, you know, we've talked 3 or 4 times this year. Gerard Gallant has called a timeout, not for any other reason than to give his #1 power play unit a little bit of a break on a whistle and then get them back out there and keep them out there for virtually the entire 2 minutes. He did that again tonight, and again it paid in.
To me, it's what experience looks like. You know, slow it down. There's a few parts of the game where you can really slow it down. A goalie can freeze it a few times. A coach can just call a timeout when it's necessary. What are you saving it for, right? And it's nice that he uses it because everybody comes together collectively as a group. They go right out there and execute the same way they looked on the 6-on-5. And you're looking at a power play goal that, again, everybody touches it, right? Fox, Panarin, all of the usual suspects. Kreider, he bumps the first one there, Hank, just to get it back and just get everybody moving, shifting around. It's about recovering the puck to make Anaheim then have to make new decisions. Panarin back downhill again. He's looking for Kreider, but he's got to play back to Fox. Fox loads up, off the boards. Who's first? Who wants it? Kreider? I mean, come on. He wanted it more than Gibson there. Yeah. He wanted it more. You said it. I mean, Gibson was just looking at where it was going instead of moving, and one guy wanted it more than the other. That was the final puck battle of the game.
And back to the timeout, it's a no-brainer. When your power play is that good, give them the 2 minutes, especially, 6 minutes to go, down a goal. It was a good move, but it was not really a big thing to think about.
Yeah.
You know, when they're that good, you got to give them as much time as possible because they will be the difference so many times.
Yeah. So that goal for Chris Kreider, 39th on the season, 20th on the power play, one of only 7 Rangers in club history to score at least 20 power play goals in a season. That tied it at 3, set the stage for overtime, and less than a minute in, the Rangers were able to get the winner. Again, the combination of Panarin and Fox, 2 of the best passers in the league, 2 of the top assist men in the league. Who's going to score the goal when they come down on a 2-on-1? And it's Adam Fox.
Yeah, and I think, once again, they were waiting for Gibson to just get out of position a little bit and move a little bit early, and he opened up and he actually left his net. And when you look at the skill that the Rangers have, it really comes to light when you see their goalie make a save at one end. I feel like we're going back to many of the games this year that we've seen where it's a play at your own end and then transition fast and move quickly. There's a delay that Fox has in his game too that makes Gibson bite. He doesn't shoot it right away. He receives it, stutters to the middle, and that spreads him open. It opens him right up, guys. And you can see Gibson really lose his position there and go into a split. Very little parts of his body still in the middle of the net by the time it comes off of Fox's stick. And again, the stars are the difference, right?
Yeah, it's funny how many goals that goes in that it's not a perfect shot. It's in the middle of the net.
Yeah.
But so many times as a goalie, the big thing is to just be solid and take care of the middle of the net. But like you talked about, Foxy kind of made that half move that made him open up, and the shot went right through him. So, yeah, we're not surprised, though. Those 2 guys, in the end, will be the difference.
Fox does that on every single pass he makes, on every single shot he takes. Is that why he's able to make so many successful passes and score like that?
Yeah, it's about making them believe something else is about to happen. And for Fox, he doesn't have a bomb, doesn't have the perfect shot, but he has the smartness where he can trick goalies or defensemen what he's about to do. And I think he understands that. He won't outpower a goalie with his shot, but he can really outsmart a goalie, and he did that.
And the goal wins it for the Rangers 4-3.